everyone! So I decided to do my final project, final gaming log and paper about The Sims 3. The Sims 3 have a very special meaning to me because I've started playing them when I was 12 and I've played them all throughout my teenagers, all the way to adulthood now because I still enjoy playing them at 23 years old. So first we'll go over a few general elements about The Sims in general. So The Sims game, the first Sims game was created in 2000 and was only released for Microsoft Windows. The Sims is a life simulation game developed by Maxis and published by Electronic Arts. A life simulation game means that you pretty much decide of what actions your character are going to do in real life circumstances. The Sims 3 was released in 2009 and developed by Redwood Shores Studio of Maxis and published by Electronic Arts. Released on Mac OS, Microsoft Windows, and smartphone versions as well. Later in 2010, the game was released on PS3, Xbox 360, and Nintendo DS and Wii. To me, the fact that this game was released in Mac OS was a big thing because we didn't have any Microsoft Windows device on my home, and that was for me the opportunity to be able to play that game. And at the time, and even still now, a lot of PC game are not released on Mac OS because they're not really good gaming computers, but it is still really nice that the creators try to make it as accessible as possible. So in the Sims world, there is the main Sims series, so the Sims 1, 2, and 3, and now we have 4 out. But there's also side Sims games that have been released and that share some similarities, but also have unique content about them. And I'm thinking about the Sims Hotel Life on DS, or the Sims A Medieval Story on PC, or even SimCity. That's probably the most different ones. But today we'll focus on the traditional Sims series. So, how to play The Sims? It's pretty easy and pretty intuitive with very easy comments, which I really like. The goal of the game is to create a character, whether you want to create a family to go with it or just start as a loner, and build up your life in a fictional world. You have to answer to your Sims' need to keep them alive and happy, and you have to complete their short or long-term goals. And you can also make them interact with other Sims, which is a huge part of the game also, because this is how you will build your family and have kids if that's what you want to do in your game. The Sims game has 3 modes: live mode, buy mode, and construction mode. The live mode is the one that you're going to be using the most to make your Sims go around the house and go to work and interact with other Sims. The buy mode is mainly to buy furniture and other elements to make your house look nice. And the construction mode is a very separate mode where you get to remodel your house completely the way you want to. They have a lot of options in materials, in floor levels, and you can create pretty much anything you've set your mind to. Now we're going to talk really quick about the Sims evolution throughout the time. So as I said, there was the Sims 1, as you can see on the top left corner. So really pretty basic graphics. And then The Sims 2, where you can see definitely a better quality. And The Sims 3 is really when the graphics started to look really good and the game was really satisfactory to watch. And then The Sims 4 obviously are looking even better, and The Sims 5 are in the progress, and we're expecting better graphics. But this is pretty amazing to see the evolution within like not even 15 years of being out. So here you can see the same evolution in a close-up of the Sims. So that's how it looks like when you create your Sims. So why do I like to play The Sims 3? So the first reason I'd say would be house building. One of the main perks of the game is that you can build a house from ground up. There's almost no limit to creation but your budget. If you're into the game only to create a house, don't worry. There's a lot of cheat codes that allows you to get as much money as you want right away and to be able to create whatever you want. But the house building mode is very fun to use, in my opinion, because you can dispose of any kind of material, any floors, indoor and outdoor capacities and and spaces to set up, and any styles. They have traditional, modern, futuristic. You can do anything you want. And that's why I spend hours and hours on the house building mode. A second reason why I like to play The Sims is obviously the parallel life building. Building a parallel life is exciting because it's something that you don't do in your real life, like, for example, a different career, a different house, even simple things as a different haircut or hair color or a different family life. It's it is very fun because in The Sims you can there's no limit to what you can do. If your long term goal is to have 10 kids living in the house, you can do that. As one of the goal is, if you want to have 10 boyfriends at the same time, it is also possible, and it's actually very tricky to fulfill that goal. But I just like that The Sims have really a very wide varieties of goals, and it can be serious, it can be completely silly, but it's stuff that you can work on. And also, there is definitely the fascination and satisfaction in doing everyday life actions like taking the trash out or washing the shower or make food. And for some reason, in the context of a game and for someone else, for your character, it becomes more exciting and it becomes satisfying when in real life it's not something you want to do. I also really like that The Sims, even though it's a completely fictional environment, it has direct consequences and it follows a very logical process. So, for example, on the left, you can see. So, those examples are for The Sims 4, but the game really functions in the same way. So, it doesn't really make a difference. But I thought The Sims 4 graphics looked better, so that's why I included them. On the left picture, you can see that the challenge she picked was to have a 100 babies in her house, which is probably close to impossible. But one of the things that you see in The Sims is that if you have a kid and you neglect your kid when he's growing up, you don't pay attention to a baby, you let it cry, your Sims will develop bad qualities and more flaws than qualities, low interest in things. Your kid will likely be depressed and angry, and that results from the fact that you didn't bring them the attention and the love that they should have gotten when they were growing up. And yes, it's a game and it's fake, but it is really relatable to real life. And just like on the right picture, just for something as common as a fire, it's very interesting to see that the creators make sure that if a fire catches on one side of the room, it will go to the other side, and it just pictures the logic of a fire. So playing The Sims in many ways will resemble real life stuff, and I really like that. So people have a lot of opinion about The Sims. They say The Sims is a girl game or a boring game or a game where you do virtually chores that you don't want to do in real life, but you have to do. So my take on it is that again, it doesn't have to be full of actions and combats to be enjoyable. Like yes, The Sims don't come with a sword or a bunch of boss that you have to fight, but to me, it's a way more enjoyable game because it's more relaxed and you just get to take your time. It's definitely a game that you have to be able to put a lot of hours in to be able to enjoy it. I also thought it was really cool that this game helped a lot of female YouTubers to step up and stream their house creation on YouTube, and you get some amazing results. As you can see, there's no limits to what you can create, and some people are absolutely excellent at it, and it's really fun to watch. I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but to me, I feel like it's almost like a more realistic looking Minecraft in a way, just because you get to use all the different materials and create whatever you want. And there is a limitation in space that you can use, but usually it's enough that you can go really crazy. That's what I thought about The Sims 3. And also their expansion pack. So every single games comes with DLCs or expansion packs. The Sims 3 by itself has 11 expansion pack, which make the game really, really great. It adds a lot of gaming experience. You can go on trips, you can become a VIP. One of the expansion pack is about vampires, so you can live in a world where people can turn each other into vampires. There's some stuff that, you can use to spice up the experience, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable. There's also a pack where you get to be more involved in their jobs. So instead of just sending them to work in the morning, you actually will be doing what they have to do for work. And there's also an expansion pack that gives seasons. So you're celebrating holidays and different weather. Just a lot of fun stuff that really make the game as close as real life as possible. what could we do better about the game? To me, there's two main aspects that we could better about the game. The first one will be the open world concept. I really enjoy that concept, like in Zelda Breath of the Wild, where you can just walk around and there is no limit to where you can go. I feel like in this sense, it's a little frustrating sometimes that you just get teleported from one spot to another without seeing anything about the street or where you're going. It is a little frustrating. So I would like this, and I think it would be really fun to have a multiplayer mode where Sims are actually operated by other players. It would be a really fun way to interact with other people. I don't think I would do it because at that point I don't have enough time for that. But if I was younger, I think that would have been really fun just to, to think that other people were actually operating The Sims. And that's all I had for The Sims 3. Thank you so much. Have a good day.